Hello friends and welcome to Knowledge by Nature. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a flip through of Grade 2 Evan Moor Building Spelling Skills. If this is something you're interested in, stick around. All right, welcome back. I am a homeschool mom to a second grader. We love all things books, homeschool, and sharing our journey with you. And if that is something that you're interested in, I would love if you hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Now, a lot of us are really getting into the groove. We're buying a bunch of our curriculums, or we've already bought them. And I've shown what all we're going to be using for second grade, which I will post right here. But I also wanted to do some flip throughs on some of these workbooks that we're going to be using because I find it extremely useful to be able to take a peek inside of them before I purchase them. So that is what I'm hoping to do for you today, is to help you with anything that you might be wanting to look at a little bit closer. Now, just a quick disclaimer, if you have not been watching us for very long, then you may not know that we like to have multiple options for all of our subjects, spelling included. We use All About Spelling, and I'll actually put a link here of us using level 1. That is something we are continuing to work through. We're still on level 1. We're almost finishing it up, but it is very teacher intensive, and I wanted to have a second option for more independent work or for when we just need to take a breather from All About Spelling. I love All About Reading and All About Spelling, but I did want to add in a little bit more independent work this year, and I am doing that by adding in workbooks. So let's dive into Evan Moor and see what this is all about. This will be the first year that I have used any of the Evan Moor workbooks, and I did end up purchasing quite a few this year just because I really liked the way that they looked and the way that they were set up. Now, I have not used them, so I can't tell you that these are great because I don't know, but hopefully showing you what they're set up to be like, you will know whether this might be a good fit for you or not. They are broken up into a 5-day schedule, so if you are a 4-day or a 3-day, however your homeschool works, you might have to modify this to fit your needs, which we will be doing for sure, because we will not be doing this Monday through Friday, because generally we have a Fun School Friday where things are just a little bit different topics are done. So we are definitely more of a 4-day homeschool, but I think we can still make this work. So it has 30 spelling units, which target skills, practice activities, dictation sentences, spelling strategies, and teaching ideas. Then there are more reproducible forms and an answer key in the back. All right, so on the first page here, we have what's in this book, which is a scope and sequence, teaching the weekly unit, spelling strategy, how to study your list, sentences for dictation, take-home spelling list, weeks 1 through 30 activity pages, and then the forms. And the answer key is in the very back. Here is the scope and sequence where you can see what they're going to be working on what week. I will leave this open for you for a minute, so if you want to click that pause button and look at all of this, I will leave that open for a moment. And then we come over here to teaching the weekly unit. So it shows you exactly what to do each day of the week. So let's zoom in a little bit. So we have week 1, or we have on Monday that you have introducing the spelling list and having students complete the first page of the unit. Then we are introducing the week's words. We're writing the words. So we have read and spell, copy and spell, cover and spell, uncover and check. Then we come over to Tuesday, which is the visual memory activities. Wednesday, word meaning and dictation. Thursday, we have word study activities. And then Friday, we have the weekly test. This is how they are suggesting that you use this. Again, make a workbook work for you, not the other way around. That's the beauty of homeschooling, is you can make these work for yourself. It talks about spelling strategies as far as how to say the word, think about the way the word looks, look for the small words in the bigger word, and then use rhyming words to help spell. Then we have how to study your list, which is your read and spell, copy spell, cover spell, uncover and check, which is going to be on the very first day of the week. There are sentences for dictation, which they already have the sentence down for them to dictate with the spelling words in them that they're going to be using. All of the weeks are here. Then we have all of the spelling list that you can cut out, put up on the board, however you want to do that, and they leave a space for bonus words. So for instance, let's say you're in week 5 and maybe we're still like getting caught up on had or jam. You could add these as bonus words, or maybe there's just another word that you're noticing that maybe from a previous year that they may need to work on a little bit. You could add that as a bonus word also. So we have multiple pages of these, which are all the 30 weeks, and then we come to week 1. Now, one thing about this is it's not colorful, so if you're looking for a colorful workbook, this is not it. Really, I've noticed a lot of my workbooks are not colorful this year, but I think a lot of that has to do with the transition to 2nd grade. I feel that between kindergarten and 1st grade, you really start seeing a loss of color, and from 1st to 2nd, there's even more of that. So it's just going more to a blank black and white format here. We have our read and spell section. So we have our step 1, your copy and spell, and then this is where you would do the cover and spell. Then we have also the visual memory. So we're going to be looking over here. We're going to fill in the boxes. So there's like a little game. You're going to find the mistakes, mark an X on the misspelled words for each sentence. And then this is continuing with week 1 here, where we have a word meaning. This is where we have my spelling dictation. That's where you're going to refer back here to this section here where you will dictate the sentence for them to write out. Then continuing on, we have word study. Then we change one letter to make a spelling word. Then we come to week 2. I really think that you can combine some of these to make it really easy for like a 4-day schedule or a 3-day schedule, or break this out and maybe this is going to be more than 1 week. You could even work this with doing like maybe focus on this stuff for 1 week, depending on how many days you want to do spelling. Go to the 2nd section for the next week and then finish out with your test however you would feel, or if you maybe want to omit the spelling test, that is for you to decide what works best for you. Then we come on to week 2, where we're seeing this kind of visual memory box again, spell the vowel sounds, the word meaning, the spelling dictation, word study. Then we're moving to week 3 again. This is very similar each week. There's very slight difference between some of the things that you're going to do for word study, but each time it's going to be spelling list, visual memory, find the mistakes, word meaning, spelling dictation, word study. So even though they look different, it's the same topics that you're going to be seeing the entire time. So it just goes through this throughout the whole 30 weeks. And of course, it is definitely going to be getting more difficult as you go through the weeks. We're going to be starting to learn a little bit more difficult spelling words. And then we have the word study is changing just a little bit throughout the weeks. And then at the very end, then at the back of the book, we have a spelling record sheet, which this is made for the classroom. Evan Moor is made for a classroom, but you can definitely modify this to work for you. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of modification that you're going to have to be doing as a homeschool versus a classroom, unlike a lot of other subjects that you might have to do a lot of modification. My spelling record. We have a spelling test sheet. It says reproduce this form for the end of the week test. So you can take this out, make a copy of it, or even better, laminate it, and they just do write and wipe it off, and then you're not wasting so much paper either, which is probably what I will do. Is I will just either put this in a little pocket folder, or I will laminate this and be done with it. That way I don't have to worry about wasting paper all the time. We have the spelling list over here, which is another reproducible. Then we have a few more reproducibles that you have here. We even have a Dear Parents letter, which occasionally these are very, very helpful to know, like, hey, let's add this into our regular learning. So here is that. Then throughout the time, you can make a student spelling dictionaries. So if this is something that you think your kid would really be into, you can make this fun little miniature book that's going to be the spelling dictionary that have all the words in it. You have a not colorful at all award certificate, so maybe they could color this and brighten it up a little bit. And then this is the master word list, which are all the words that they are going to learn to spell in this level 2 Evan Moor workbook. Again, here is the remainder of the words. They are going in alphabetical order, so if you want to see exactly what they're going to be learning, you can click that pause button and see everything that they're going to have for grade 2. We have the answer key in the back, which is really nice for just real quick grading occasionally, depending on what you're doing. So on the back, we see that we have even more options for practice books that Evan Moor offers between critical thinking, fundamentals, reading, paragraph, math practice. I mean, there's quite a few here that are broken up into this Monday through Friday schedule. We also have a skill sharpeners, which be sure and be on the lookout for that too if you're interested in flip throughs. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I would love to help you any way that I can. If you have any advice for anyone, if you have used this and you have any advice for us homeschoolers, put that in the comments as well. It's always awesome when we can help each other. If this was helpful, I'd love if you give me that thumbs up because I love it and so does YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, friends.